I welcome you to the Intention Sessions. I have loved creating these. I am so inspired by each of the guests, and I've learned so much from them. I wanted to take a few minutes to give you a little context, if that's what you're looking for, before you dive in. As you may already know, my own intentional living came out of the baby steps I took and continue to take in my recovery from addiction. As I was turning my life around, I was very struck by how much energy I'd put into my own self-destruction. And I wondered what life could look like if I used that energy for good. I wanted to intentionally create a life that filled me up, that felt meaningful, and brought me a deep sense of joy. The Intention Session started as a workshop in a beautiful loft space in the West End of Toronto. We'd meet monthly and talk about various aspects of intentional living. The conversations were always rich and emotional, and in witnessing them, I really wanted to bring them to a much larger audience. The other thing that inspired this podcast is this. A lot of my work, my cards, my book, my talks, explore our daily practices and how we can live intentionally. I find that people can get really hung up on ideas that there's a right way or a wrong way to do things, or that life's a straight line, or if I do this, I will be happy forever and nothing bad will happen. I wanted to interview a beautiful cross-section of people to illustrate that intentional living can look a lot of different ways, and it can also be expressed in an infinite number of ways. Intentional living is a raw, authentic journey of self-discovery. It's the beauty of being alive and the art of our individual lives. I'm deeply inspired by each of the guests, and I hope that you also find inspiration here. I hope that you take what resonates and leave the rest. I hope their journeys inspire you to have your own adventure, to see the world in new ways, and remember that life's complexities can be very wise teachers. The seeds of this podcast are also for one other reason. I'd been dreaming of this podcast series for some time, and then the world was shut down by COVID-19. This period of quarantine reminded me that I am happiest when I'm creating. I find beauty in the rawness of the human experience. I wanted to explore that. I wanted to create. I wanted to reach out to people. I wanted to be inspired, and I also wanted to share. This sustains me, and it aligns me with deep joy. Our intentional living is essential now more than ever. I hope you enjoy listening. I hope you enjoy expanding your aperture, your possibilities, and your heart. I hope you choose to connect to your sense of truth and purpose in every moment. I'm always here to remind you that your intentional days create a life on purpose. I thank you so much for listening, and I welcome you on this adventure. Enjoy.